Okay, so boys, it has been some time since I last posted on this YouTube channel. Obviously, usually I'm posting trading related, and I've not done that in the past 6 months. Reason being is because I have been building a new coaching program. Now, I'm not going to go too much into that. We launched it 6 months ago, and just the month of January, which was last month, our members accumulated over $3.5 million in funding. Okay, now it took me a year and a half to get funded. Now, reason being for this video is yesterday I caught a 12R position on GBP USD. Now, one of the guys in the group actually pointed this position out to me, so without that, I wouldn't have got a position. So I thought it's only fair that someone else gave me that I now break down a step-by-step process on exactly why and how I find my higher time frame narrative, what entry models I use, and just everything from A to Z on what enables me to find these positions, right? I'm going to show you exactly how you could have done the same thing. Okay, so GBP USD, this was a 1 to 12 or 1 to 11.5 R trade. Now, I was only risking 0.25% due to it being GBP USD. It's a pair that I don't often trade. Now, the reason for that is because my trading plan includes Euro USD as my primary pair. So that is the only pair that I am risking 1% on. Now, that being said, I also need other confirmations for 1%. So for example, it has to be within my kill zone, which is a time period during the day where I am taking the higher risk positions. Now, obviously, if we're trading outside of my kill zones, I will be risking 0.5. But as well as that, because it was GBP USD, I was also making it smaller, so 0.25. Now, with that being said, I'm not too fussed about actual returns. The opportunity was correct, narrative was correct. So at the end of the day, detaching yourself from the money, you're not going to be finding yourself being excited over a winning position. Now, the reason for this video is it's been a very long time since I've done a breakdown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what I was looking at and the reasons to why certain things were seen. Okay, so if we're starting on the 4 hour, which is what I'm doing majority of the time. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Now, I am focusing on the 4 hour and the daily to find my narrative. Now, if we're having a look here, we do indeed see an uptrend. So we have seen price react from this POI, starting to see buys up, retracements, buys, retracements, buys, retracements. Now, with that being said, all I am doing is looking for the first we're looking for 1 or 2 4-hour candles or a few 1-hour candles. We're not looking for what the next whole entire day is going to look like, which is an issue that most people are suffering with. You're looking too far ahead, trying to predict what the next week's going to do. Like I say, we are trading kill zones, so during a session, we're only going to see a few 1-hour candles during that higher volume time. Now, so with that being said, the narrative here is to see the continuations. Now, we've seen the retracement here, and we are inside of this 4-hour order block. Now, if we jump down to the 1 hour, we can start refining to exactly where we want to see price. Now, that was obviously the 1 minute. So the 1 hour time frame, we have that POI marked out. So what I did is just refine that down to, I'm assuming here we've got the 30 minutes. So on the 1 hour, we can refine that to here. That's our 1 hour order block. Let's jump down to the 30 minute, see if we can refine any more. And yes, so that is where I had my order block. So that black line is the top of the order block. So if you're using the rectangle tool, that is essentially what it would look like. So now, that isn't all we're using. We're not simply using order blocks. We have to understand that a retracement also needs liquidity. Now, if we look above that, we do have a valid point of liquidity. Now, you may be questioning why that is our liquidity. It's because it's on the external side of the leg. So from the low to the high, we have our external leg, and then the retracement is your internal. Now, liquidity has to be found on that external leg. We are not using internal liquidity. Internal liquidity does not validate our position, okay? So what we can do is highlight that external low, understanding that price cannot buy until we've taken that level out. Now, as we can see here, we've got external highs, price closed above this, which validates this and confirms it as an external low. Now, all we have now is simply to wait for the reaction from the POI. So we see price come down into the liquidity, taking that out, tapping into the order block. Now, if we jump down to the 15 or the 5, we can start keeping an eye on reactions. Now, as you can tell from this video, we're not entering off of the first tap because that is quite an objective approach. I like being subjective. I like waiting for reactions, confirmations, and reason for price to change character. Now, if we sat on the 5 minute, we can see that price starts to slow down during the process of reacting from that POI. Now, the reason why I wait for it to slow down is because we are on a higher time frame. We have quite a large POI. We're very rarely going to see price tap the POI and then buy straight off. Usually what happens is we see price come down into it, start slowing down, accumulating, and then we'll see the buyers, which is exactly what we've had here. Price has come down very quickly. We've started slowing down. So that's what I'm trying to keep an eye out for. You know, is price giving us confirmation that it wants to turn around? Now, if we look further for an entry, all we need is the exact same. So what we've done on the 4 hour and an hour in terms of looking for direction, waiting for the retracement and taking liquidity, then tapping into the POI, we need to now do that on the lower time frame. So if we look here, price is bought up, we've left a nice order block. However, we don't have any 5 minute liquidity above this level. So therefore, I will not be taking this position. I have to be identifying the liquidity on the same time frame as the POI. I will never use a 5 minute POI and then a 1 minute liquidity because the high time frame is always stronger. In this case, it did react from the POI nicely, but that doesn't give us an entry. So we've missed out on that one. Now, waiting and sitting on our hands patiently, we can now watch for price to give us an opportunity. Now price has come up, retraced, bought up, retraced, bought up, creating a new external high, which now means that that is an external low. This external low isn't tapping the previous range or order block, so it isn't mitigating it. Therefore, that is our new first point of liquidity, and we also have a POI here that hasn't been mitigated. Now, if we go on to the 1 minute, we can see our entry. Now, again, same thing. When we have a higher time frame POI and we have a lot of volume in the market, I'm not entering off the first tap. So we can see the huge volume down, price starts stalling, gives me that confirmation, and then our entry confirmation here. So I'm not going to give you the real reasons to the entry here, just because I save that stuff for the coaching. But I mean, if you want to do some studying, you can kind of tell exactly the reason why I did that. But I want to make it hard for you guys to understand that. Now, as you can see, the entry was very, very textbook. I've not had a trade this clean in probably 4 months. Now, as we can see, stops just beneath. There's no reason to have it here because if price comes and induces, we can take a re-entry and then we can still have a small risk reward. So if we put that stop loss back, we can see the price continued up at a very, very, very nice pace. There was little to no hesitation. There was a lot of volume, and that's exactly what we want. Now, there was actually sells here as well. I didn't actually capitalize on that because, you know, once I've had a winning trade, that's me done for the day. There's no point in me continuing. But that was a very nice opportunity that I also had marked out for the group. Now, the reason for take profit, okay? So what I like to do is I like having a safe target. I don't like targeting, you know, extremely far away because, again, the kill zones are only an hour or two long. Therefore, I want to be in and out before the volume drops. Now, as you can see, the target was when the volume dropped. So the safe target was this order block because most order blocks we're going to see a reaction. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't 100% confident in the sells from there, but I knew we'd see a reaction. Now, the reaction was going to be my safe target because, like we say here, we've gone from 12R all the way down to, what's that, maybe 2R. Therefore, I'm missing out on some money. So I went ahead and closed out full there. Now, The targets, they're quite straightforward. All I'm doing is targeting previous structure. So I could have targeted external highs, or I'm targeting a safe level over here, which is the order block. Like I say, we're going to get a reaction, so I'm going to get out. Now, this was a very textbook position, because if you guys are new around here, we are trading very, very simple. We are simply following the trend, which is obvious. Everyone tells you to follow the trend, but until you actually do it and see the potential positions within it, obviously you're going to be thinking that there's a lot more rocket science to it. We are following the trend, we are following the facts, we are following the fact that price has to sweep liquidity before continuing any form of trend, which we've identified on the higher time frame. So the higher time frame, we had to sweep the liquidity. We wanted to see it tap the POI. Now we're on to the lower time frame for the entry. We have to see the direction, we have to see the liquidity, we have to see the POI, and that's exactly what we've done. So we have to do it twice. We have to do the higher time frame for the direction, then we have to do the lower time frame for the entry. Okay, so if you guys do want to learn more and actually truly understand the reasoning and meaning behind every single position, don't forget I'm showing you maybe 30 to 40% of what we're actually trading inside the group on a daily basis. If you do want to learn more, I'm not even going to bother leaving you a link or a Discord. If you want to find me on YouTube, if you do want to find me on Instagram, you can shoot me a message, any question related, you can ask me. It doesn't even have to be group related, it can just be trading related, but whatever you would like to do, send me a message and I'll get back to you. Now, I will see you boys in the next video. Take care.